Hi, I'm Cindy Stevens, and I have been suffering with a myriad of problems for many years, fibromyalgia being probably the primary problem since about the mid-90s. And it started when I lost several family members and friends in that time. And I began having chronic fatigue, a lot of pain, a lot of issues that I couldn't resolve, and the doctors were having a hard time figuring out what was wrong. Eventually, they did say I had fibromyalgia. I struggled with migraines ever since I was a teenager, which was made worse by some of the things that they tried to do to correct my problems. I had several nerve blocks for my lower back from an injury when I was a teenager. And I had a surgery a few years ago on my shoulder, and ended up with reflex sympathetic dystrophy, which is a problem with the tertiary nerves that causes an extreme amount of burning and pain that radiates from the initial injury spot, down through your arm and up into your head. It's quite painful, and the things that they did to try and fix that actually made it worse. So to make a long story short, I finally was able to find neuromodulation therapy or technique on the website, and I figured I'd tried everything else, and so I give this a shot. And after the first treatment, I immediately felt more energy, less brain fog, and after several therapies, I had less pain than I'd had in a very long time. I was even able to reduce some of the medications that I was on. At that point, I was on about 8 medications for pain, and even my pain management doctor was surprised at the progress that I was making. So I would definitely recommend this technique to anyone who's struggling with chronic pain, and it changed my life. It's the best thing I've ever found. So that's my story. My name is Cindy Stevens, and I am someone who has suffered with chronic pain for probably 15 or more years now, and severe migraines since I was a teenager. Had an accident when I was 15 that caused me to have severe back pain for most of my life, and I also had shoulder surgery about 3 years ago that ended up in reflex sympathetic dystrophy, a rare known problem that exacerbates an injury and causes burning and pain that radiates from the spot of the injury. And so I've had that down my arm and into my head, and the treatments that they tried to do to fix that were radio frequency nerve blocks, and they just exacerbated the problem. So I actually went and sought acupuncturists, hypnotherapists, anyone I could find to try and relieve the pain that I was having. I couldn't sleep at night. I would wake up in severe pain. In the mornings, it took me hours to get going. I felt like I was 80 years old, and all of my joints hurt. It just wasn't normal for someone my age to have that kind of pain. So I felt like I tried everything else, and so I was looking around on the internet, and I found neuromodulation techniques, and so I decided to try that. And within the first visit, I was actually thinking more clearly. I had more energy than I'd ever had in the morning and throughout the day, and I could actually spend time with my family after work instead of just crashing. Fatigue was so much less than it had ever been, and I would recommend neuromodulation therapy to anyone who is suffering with chronic fatigue or any kind of pain that you have not been able to resolve.